I want the toilet flush. Alright guys, toilets are a serious thing, as much jokes as I make about them. Nobody thinks about them until they don't work. Okay, and then you're, pardon the phrase, up shit creek, right? My mom used to say that. Kind of weird phrase. What we're going to do is replace the most common parts in the toilet, okay? And these parts work for almost every toilet, okay? I got this off of Amazon, alright? I have the links in the description down below. If you click on them, you can only get the right parts, but you help me out, you help out the channel, okay? Now this is the Fluidmaster 400A inside here, and a standard 2-inch flapper. Now some new toilets have a 3-inch flapper, so I'll look to try to include that also, okay? But most of the ones with, those are still too new. And a nice, flexible stainless steel supply line. We're going to put a new supply line in too. This one has a cool new feature. It's called the twist click seal. Okay? We're like, what? Right, okay. Yeah, kind of a long name. You know your gas cap for your car, and you turn it until it clicks, and you know it's tight enough now because it's automatically clicks when it's tight. Okay, same technology, right? Whoa, cool. And it's, stainless steel flexible, so it's totally awesome. First, let's get the old stuff out. Okay, now this toilet's already out of water. Would be the first thing is to shut your water off and then it's draining, so to flush it. And then using a big towel sponge or some other, even a car washing sponge, and put it in there to help get the water out. And yes, this is clean water, guys, don't freak out. Okay, great thing to do. But we're already done with that, so we're gonna move straight into removing the flapper and then removing the fill valve. Okay, most flappers are pretty simple. They're just on 2 prongs right there, and you're going to disconnect it, from the lever here. This one here has like this extra guide thing. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the corkies. And I'm just loosening the nut underneath here. I know you guys can't see that. You can just see it all wiggling. If yours had a lot of water in it, which I assume most of yours did, even after you drain it with the sponge, dropping some towels down there would be a good idea. Because that's definitely going to release less of the water too. Okay. Alright. I made that look easy, didn't I? It's because the water was already gone. Alright, I'm making a mess. Guys, you have to forgive me. That's trash, okay? I'm not throwing around the good stuff. Alright, here is your Fluidmaster 400A. In my opinion, is the benchmark for toilet fill valves. I've installed the other ones. Some of the other ones are okay. I love this one. I've installed hundreds of them. Okay, now here's a trick that you're not going to see in the instruction booklet. This little ring here. Okay, first of all, you adjust it by twisting it like this. See how it gets taller up here? Okay, and then the same way like this. So you do the main coarse adjustment, and then you do the fine adjustment here. And in one of my last videos, someone made fun of me because I forgot which direction it goes right here. That's what I mean you do hundreds of them. It's because I normally adjust them spot on right away and I don't have to do the little fine adjustment. Anyways, I'll show you that in a second. This ring right here, check this out. You pull that ring up. It's a little bit hard the first time because it's brand new. Pull them apart. Okay, whoa, and yes, I did not break, okay, no I did not break it. And yes, that does happen. Okay, so you can put it back and then set it to where you want it and then pull the ring back and it locks, see? But that's what we're gonna do inside the toilet. I find that so much easier than trying to fight going around this. So we're just gonna put the stem in. Okay, check that out. What you're gonna need, oops, that rubber hose goes on later. Okay, this little plastic bag has the washer and the nut, okay? So the washer is gonna go on right now on the base there, okay? And you'll see here in my second camera, I'm just going to drop it in the hole, and then we're going to take the little nut on the bottom side. I know you can't see what I'm doing here with the nut, but I'm just screwing it on, okay? And then you're going to hold the stem still so it doesn't spin on you, because sometimes it'll do that. Now it does have like the finger grips on that nut, so that you can kind of do this by hand. And that's what it's designed for. Alright, now use both hands there to tighten it up. You'll notice I can't spin the stem. That's good. If you can spin the stem, I'm not talking going crazy and roiding out on it, but if you can spin it, it's probably not tight enough. And now, we're going to grab it back here, the actual fill valve, down the back, And you can see the water lines right here. It's stamped in here, plus you can see the way it's stained. Okay, so here's the top of the overflow tube. So that's about where we're going to set it. Now you're going to lock the ring back in place. And you got to make sure it's locked in, okay? If it's not locked in, you turn the water on, this thing's going to shoot up like a bottle rocket. Okay, it just is. Alright, to finish the install, we have this right here, which will connect to the overflow tube, and the little rubber hose that connects to it, okay? So we're just going to put the rubber hose on, which is really easy. Okay, you can see in the second camera here. We're just going to put it on the overflow tube. Now I've had someone ask me before, and I think they're in a place where there are a lot of drought. When the water runs down here, it does fill some water into the tank. That's what's happening. Like on the overflow tube, it goes into the tank. And if you're really freaked out about that and don't want that, even though that's the way it's designed to work, you can just take this and spin it around so the water squirts into the tank here and it fills up faster. Did I say tank first when I said bowl? The water going out of here goes down to the bowl, like this. Sorry, I think I said it the wrong way. But if you spin it around, you can shoot it into the tank so that no additional water goes into the bowl. Now we got to hook up the hose here. And these actually go on pretty easy. Okay, now that is done. The 408 installation is actually already done. Okay. Now guys, I mean, I know I've done these so I make it look easy, but tell me that's not really that hard, right? Hopefully my instructions, went through everything. Now we're gonna do the flapper, okay? This is a cool flapper. This is just a standard basic flapper from Fluidmaster, but I love it because of the plastic frame. Okay, some of the other ones that are all rubber, I find are kind of floppy. Okay, so you see down here, you snap both sides on. It should go up and down easily. If it's not, then something's not snapped in all the way or it's catching. Okay, so address that first. Okay, now, well, if I can get this off, there we go. Flush it over, and we're going to test the flapper. You want to make sure it drops all the way so that there's a little bit of slack left in the chain. You want to make sure that it lifts up smoothly and drops. And this one here is sticking a little bit on the side, so I'm going to have to address that. But don't worry, I will. Okay, there's just a small little lip that was catching on there, some little oddball thing that didn't get cut off properly when it was manufactured. Not the flapper, but actually still sitting on the toilet itself. But anyways, flapper's done. That was easy. Make sure it goes up and down right. Cool. Now let's get this supply line hooked up so we can put some water in the darn thing. All right, now I have a cap on this because it was leaky. So most of you probably won't have this on there. Alright, now unlike that cap, which does need the Teflon tape to seal, this supply line has a rubber seal built inside there and a spinning nut, so it's a lot like your water hose. Okay, adding the Teflon tape to this doesn't actually help, because it has to seal before the nut. Okay, so we're just going to get it started down here on the shutoff valve first. I always recommend to people to hold the shutoff valve with a second wrench. Now because this has a rubber washer, you do not have to crank it down. Just make it snug, okay? If you crank it, you can actually damage the rubber washer. Okay guys, this is a 20-inch length that I'm using here. I like using the longer one because if it's really too long, you just put like a little loop in the hose. If you use one that's just a hair too long, you kind of put the weird bend into it. So I always just like using this one. Now let's get it started, make sure it's not cross-threading. This is something we're supposed to do just by hand. Let's get it where it's almost snug. And then there, you heard it right there. Boom, and we're done. So we're going to go ahead and turn the water on. And make sure nothing's leaking. Once again, I got the water level just spot on with the coarse adjustment. Now, of course, the fine adjustment screw, like I showed you earlier, is there. You can adjust it to go up and down to get your exact fill height. Do yourself a favor and don't be scared about wasting water. This is a toilet, it needs to flush. You need to have enough water to push it out of the toilet and down the pipes and all the way out of the house, okay? So don't sit there and try to get the smallest flush possible. You want to get the strongest flush possible, okay? That's actually what's more important, all right? And you should be able to adjust it enough, hopefully, with that fine adjustment. If you need to go back to the coarse adjustments and either screw it up and down like I showed you in the beginning part, or actually even release that ring and then lift it up and down again, make sure to shut the water off first, because if you accidentally forget to, again, it's going to shoot up like a bottle rocket, okay? Guys, there we go. We changed out the fill valve, the flapper, and the new supply line for your toilet, which are almost everything. There is another video of mine where we actually take the whole toilet apart and separate the seals that are between the tank and the bowl, and I'll throw that up here, right here, because we're at the end of the video. So there's that, and I also just did a video where we're setting the toilet. So if you're resetting a toilet that you've pulled up, or if you're setting in a new one, that video will help you go through that. Guys, please check out over here, subscribe to my channel, check out my website down there. Don't forget Amazon links in the description down below to the equipment and tools that we use in this video. Guys, thanks again.